Today I'm going to be taking you on a trip with me to the Duncan BC Forest Discovery Museum to do a photo shoot that I'm doing for a project at school. So today I'm going to be focusing on taking pictures of older machinery at the Forestry Museum, like old trains or farming equipment and stuff like that, and then trying to make a comparison between that older equipment and newer space-aged equipment like engines in cars and nice phones and stuff like that, things that bring all of this older technology together. So it's going to be a little bit difficult to do. The bus ride is going to take about an hour, and it's also cold and rainy out. So, but I think that will make the pictures look really cool. So with the older machinery, I'm going to be using Canon Rebel G, which is a film camera. It's loaded with ILLAC ISO 400 black and white film, as well as for those photos I have a Tokina wide-angle lens, which is a 12 to 24 lens, and I'm going to be showing off this lens, but this is actually meant for a crop sensor camera, and as you know, film cameras are full frame, so it creates this really cool vignetting look on the pictures, and it makes them look like really old school, which is what I'm going for in this photo shoot. Another one I have for that is the 40mm pancake, and actually I really like this lens. I'm going to be using this one for the really shallow depth of field type pictures, and I was, I guess, a little bit surprised when I loaded it onto the Rebel G that it actually works totally fine. Like the STM motor works fine on this camera. I'll show you that in a second. The third lens that I'm going to be bringing is a 70 to 200. This is also an older lens by Canon. It's a f4 constant aperture. So hopefully you guys can take a look at all three of these lenses and how they work on digital and film. And also we'll see a little bit of beautiful British Columbia. Okay, so I thought I'd just quickly show you the pancake lens on the film camera. So once again, this is a Rebel G. It's an older 80s film camera. It's half automatic, so it does have the screen on the top, but there's no can't see what pictures you've actually taken, obviously. But yeah, so here we go. Just switch it on. You can see that the lens is still working. It's amazing. You know, I didn't think that this STM lens would actually be compatible with film cameras. I don't know why I thought that, but thanks for doing that, Canon. That's really, I really appreciate that. They don't have to do that. Now, if they just would only include some lens hoods with their lenses, they would just be the perfect company. Anyway, let's get going. Alright, so here I am at the BC Discover Forestry Museum. I'm going to be going around and just, it's pretty wet out there and I had to walk all the way down the highway. But I'm going to be going around just trying to find some old machinery to snap some pictures of, so I'll keep you updated as we go along. Here's some cool old trucks to start it off. Alright, as you can see, right in the middle of the park now, we've got some pretty cool machinery here. This is the kind of stuff I want to be photographing. See that engine right there? Hey, so I'm back from my trip, and sorry there's not that much footage while I was there. It was raining out pretty hard, and I didn't want to destroy my gear, because that's why you get waterproof stuff, eh? Okay, so this is the cream of the crop, in my opinion, but I'm going to be developing around 7 more or 8 more in the future, just so I can get the best few and see which ones work out the most. But let's see. You can see on this picture here how we have this like vignetting right here. That's because of the crop censored lens being fit onto the film body, which is the equivalent of a full frame camera. So we get this vignetting like that, as well as sort of like a distortion around the edges. You can see right here there's a lot of little fine details that are being smudged out. I really like that effect personally. This is what I was going for in these pictures. This one it came out overexposed, but I was able to just put a thicker filter on it, and it came out pretty well. Thinking about doing this one again, but dodging this area so we can get more detail. This one here was actually taken with the 40mm, so you can see it's quite a bit lighter. It's because of the wider aperture, and I actually used a flash on this one, but not at a very bright setting, just to sort of I just bounced it up and tried to illuminate the area. You can see all the rain around there. This one here, same thing. This one actually was a longer exposure. It's indoors. It was also actually very dark outside. You can see that it's just washed out, which shows you it's a longer exposure. But yeah, so it's a sawmill. I don't know, I just thought it looked really kind of creepy, so took a picture of it. This one here is actually a better viewpoint from what the crop censored lens will actually do on the full frame, because you can see the trees actually bending in the corners. Focus that there. Trees bend in the corners, but it actually gives it like a really cool, almost 3D looking effect. I'm not sure if that's just the fisheye that the wide angle lens is providing. This one here is probably my favorite though. It just well exposed and stuff, so it's got that nice contrast. If you were to ask me whether I would recommend using a DX lens on a full frame body, I would say that it's not really that big a deal. Like, if it fits on the camera, it actually provides a pretty cool effect. And then I guess if you're just looking for straight up photography, not trying to go for any sort of extreme angles or sort of weird play with the lenses, then it's maybe not the best idea. But I found with this Tokina lens on the film body that goes from 12 to 24. Right there. You can see that so at some point in this range you find a sweet spot where there is no vignetting. I think it was around 17mm. So you can get a 17mm prime lens basically for your full frame if you want to go for something like this, which is pretty much the cheapest you can get. Well, I guess it would be 17 to 24, which is pretty cool. F4. It's not a huge zoom range, but it's cool. It adds a cool effect. Alright, so that's the end of my journey to Drunken Duncan to take pictures of old machines. It was definitely a journey. I enjoyed it. I felt like I was walking to Mordor or something along that highway with all these like trucks just like driving around, spraying me.
I need to get a car. Anyway, would I recommend using a film camera? Yes, do it. It's so fun. Also, developing your own film teaches you a lot about actually how light works in the image, like how the whole process kind of works is amazing too. Anyway, I'm gonna develop the rest of those, and if you guys are interested, just shoot me a message and I'll send you a link to the Flickr page that has them on them. Anyway, have a good time and happy shooting. Bye bye.